As humanity reawakens, people are going to start rediscovering their superpowers. I actually believe this. And this is actually a post on my page that actually made me really start doing a little bit more digging. It made me start writing out different notes for videos and things that I wanted to get done. I'm trying to explain that people actually do have superpowers that have been suppressed by governments for decades. But as that suppression turns into tolerance and endurance, we begin to reawaken some of these dormant genes, some of these dormant abilities, some of these dormant, quote unquote, superpowers. And we're also going to have new powers as well. Right now we know about telepathy. That's why a few years and months ago, even weeks ago, this is still a very fresh topic, people look into things like the Gateway process. This is why I recommend people look into things like Project Growth Flame, Project Centerland, Project Sunstreak, Project Stargate, all these different projects back in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, documenting what they called psychoenergetic capabilities. So we already know to a small or lesser degree about that field of so-called superpowers. But there's even more. Consciousness transferring, bilocation, teleportation, energy reading, reality bending, instant manifestation, and what we're also seeing with people too is this timeline shifting. I think that's a really, not necessarily a power, but that's like some type of anomaly of all the stuff that we're dealing with. But as we come into awareness of all these different type of things, you're going to see humanity shift. Yes, the X-Men are real. Yes, the X gene is something they've tried to suppress. It's like I remember like years ago stumbling upon a quote from a man called Rudolf Steiner, where he talked about having a vaccine to essentially eliminate the spirituality, to eliminate the soul. They wanted to develop a method, an artificial synthetic method to disrupt humanity's natural and innate ability to connect both with the divine, the paranormal, the supernatural, the extra dimensional, whatever you want to call it. They have the science they have the science and technology to recognize that we can interface with this, and they want to stop that. They want to sever our connection to the divine. They told you magic isn't real, and yet when you look at people like Jesus Christ, I'm not saying the man is a magician. I'm saying everything he did was borderline mystical or miraculous. The man was tapped into many different things. And he says this too: I am the way, the life, and the truth. I am the only way to heaven. If you want to know about these things, you need to get to know Jesus. And so this world that we live in is much more mysterious and much more beautiful than we could ever comprehend. And as people begin to turn away from the screens, the blue light, the politics, the random trending nonsense, and they begin to look within, they're going to find some pretty crazy things once they get in there. And that's what I'm talking about. That's where we're going. Not in the outer space, but in the inner space. And what do you think humanity is going to find when it gets there? So this is if anything, a video in between a video, because I need to do a proper video on all the different type of superpowers that are going to come out, all of the different miraculous things that you're going to see, the causes of this, and why we really shouldn't shy away from it. If anything, we need to lean into becoming multidimensional. Lean into your power. Lean into your awareness. Lean into your greatness. Lean into the divine, because there's something there for you. And you won't find it doom scrolling on TikTok or on Fedbook or Instagram, but you will find it disconnecting from all of this nonsense. And so, as humanity reawakens, people are going to rediscover their superpowers.